mask off.
This is the real
podcast. Yeah.
This is the real mask off. This is the real.
Stay tuned to Mask Off Podcast.
Dave's my brother, so he's always got my back.
Yeah.
Yep. Always. Isn't that right, Dave?
Please, don't fucking piss me off already. I love you with my whole heart, but every time I hear you say, I just think of fucking stories from our past, and I get pissed off automatically. My blood pressure fucking rises.
Well, let's talk about it.
No, that's not part of these interviews. That's not how this goes. We're self-help.
We're so fucking. Let's talk about it.
No, I don't think I got enough time to empty the baggage from my
Yes, you
life
do.
with fucking Alex. Really don't.
Our show is normally an hour plus.
Okay.
I think we got some time to unpack it. Let's unpack it. Let's talk
Okay.
about it.
You can tell any story you want.
Yeah, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, brother. This is a safe place. This is a safe place.
So,
Yeah.
Alex stories.
He's
Wow.
he get mad.
Okay. All right. Well, here's a fun one. One time it was me. This is my favorite one. Me, Alex, Ian, and Bob are walking home from Eastland Mall back in the day. We had just crossed fucking 8 Mile, and we were walking through the alley, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I started to walk like in front of the buildings, and Alex and Bob and Ian were walking behind it.
You know,
And we were
nobody,
just
none
fucking
of our
around. We were-
podcast listeners, they don't know who Bob and Ian is. Just so you know.
Well, anyway,
It doesn't matter.
I'm
It's
trying
the
to tell him
context
the
of the
fucking
story.
story. You know what I'm saying?
little talk,
we're
little
fucking-
cook.
You know what I'm saying? This is why my blood pressure's already getting hot right now. Because this motherfucker. So we're walking. I go one way, he goes another. We're fucking around. We're dumbass teenage kids. All of a sudden, Alex picks up a fucking wood chip, and out of nowhere, he fucking throws it. And for some reason, he's got the power of Crocodile Dundee, and this bitch comes around the fucking building and nails me right in the fucking mouth. It was like one of the fucking.
Total accident.
It was like one of the most out of fucking place pains I've ever had, because I was like, where the fuck did that come from? And then, like, when I realized he threw it, I go running after him, like, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah,
And he's like,
man.
Dave, I'm sorry. I was so
But look how
fucking
big his
pissed at him.
teeth are. His big old teeth and smile, that pretty smile. How could it miss?
Yo, fucking, I swear to God, this shit made me so fucking mad. It was unbelievable. Fucking
Wow.
unbelievable.
All right. Well, that being said, seriously, we're going to run this little format on you as a little test, okay? So
Okay.
what we do is we want to have people that we get on the show that we could talk to and just have interesting things about them, life issues, real people. I know what the podcast. So going through, you want to tell everybody your name? Tell America, Michigan's #1 podcast, the real Mask Off Podcast. You know that, right? It's Michigan's #1 podcast.
Already.
It's Michigan's #1 podcast already. Okay.
Number one podcast already. We got to speak it into
All
existence.
right, so your name, David Rogers III.
Yep.
Correct.
Motherfucker, are you serious? I'm the second, dude. How long have you fucking known me and you
I
fucked
know, I like
up
to
my
say the
number?
turd,
oh,
though.
you're a dick.
The turd.
Oh, fucking asshole. Go ahead.
You're how old, Dave? Do you mind telling America how old you are? Because you look not a day
40.
over 37.
Right on. Cool. All right, then we'll stick with 37.
All right.
Yeah, there we
47,
go.
motherfucker.
I like it.
47.
We'll run with that. Multiply.
Mm.
No multiplication in there, right? No multiply it. We won't multiply the 37. Okay,
All right.
never mind.
You doing Shay's math? Shannon Sharp math? Or Shannon math?
I'm totally off the shot. See, we got to get our shit together. See, Bishop left us out on a high drum. Everything is shifted. Our shit was like
He's-
lined up.
He's our heart.
We were lined up. I'm feeling all uncomfortable on my
How
mic.
could Bishop leave the test show? How could
Like,
he leave
this is not even a test show.
We
We
have
like 30 episodes.
5 episodes done already.
Yeah, that's done. But we have 30.
We're all
Oh,
done.
okay.
But you're the first person we've gotten on
To
with us.
interview.
The other ones are all just us two.
Just us two, the show. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
So then, like I said, ask people their name, their age, where are you from?
We sound like we're interrogating people.
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
you
I
don't have to say
know.
the city.
That's just like a
I don't
little,
know
like,
about that.
just it's a little aggressive.
Just say
Can I
From the
get
east
the
side.
social
Where you
security
live at?
number and
I'll
all
stay at
that too?
2275
with the
North Campbell Street.
Yeah. Like,
Where you from?
I think you guys might be the fucking feds, man. I'm not
Right.
fucking
Oh
with
God,
you
no!
guys.
I have no ties with any government official at all.
This is a
Uh,
podcast.
I'm a convicted felon.
20.
Hell no! I don't want nothing to do with any indictment. I am not coercing with any type of government at all. Like fuck the feds. No disrespect to the feds. I don't want no smoke with the feds. Now, yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just like just a normal civilian. You know, I've did my dirt in the past. I'm just trying to, provide for my family. That's it. I don't want no smoke with nothing. I ain't gang affiliated. None of that shit. Or am I?
Ooh, you know what? That might be a good thing, a good lead off. Like where you were going with this,
Mhm.
not affiliated with the government, this, that, the third, so, more and more people who are like kind of like, the same mind as you, or like, hey, maybe these guys are like, something I would listen to type shit.
for real nowadays.
No, I mean, this is for real. This is literally this is like recording. So this is actually happening, right here.
All right, there.
Ooh,
Dave can be our
okay.
disclaimer. Dave, tell everybody right now that we do not work for the feds, any of the alphabet companies. Let it.
Elemental P, Q, R, S, T, U, W, X, Y, and Z.
Hell no.
None of them.
I'm not gonna be the one on this motherfucker talking about we are not rolling with government and all that shit. No, you better have some motherfucker off the street do that. Some people they don't know.
Yeah.
All right, seriously, I want to get serious for a second because we
Oh
are.
no, he wants to get serious.
And this is something when I brought up you to Austin, it's something that we all, because we want to be to everyday people. We're everyday people for everyday people.
Factuals.
And I told him that you were a stay-at-home dad. You had some issues with your leg and stuff. I didn't get in deep to it. But I told him you raised a beautiful daughter along with your wife. College in what, second year? So
Can you let him tell his story? Jesus Christ, he just told it for you, didn't he? Just go ahead and tell your story, man. Damn, can he tell his
I
story?
just was giving a little prep.
I'm gonna crack a couple jokes. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put it out there. We just go ahead. I'm sorry. Just let Dave tell his story.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely stay-at-home dad. Definitely have a issue with one of my feet. You know what I'm saying? It's not good, but definitely
stank.
have a great support
Do-
system. My wife, my daughter, my beautiful daughter, who
Yeah.
is just got done with her second year at Michigan State. No, it's,
Come on now, go green, huh?
He's really
yeah, she,
smart.
she graduates
go
next
blue.
year. So,
So how I'm
Yeah.
divided.
well, yeah. Part of the family's go blue, and then we're like fucking go green, go white, all that shit.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
I mean, it is what it is. Everyday shit.
No, you go. It's not you. How is the experience of being a stay-at-home father and just seeing the transition of your child being young and
Not a
then
lot
now
of
they're
guys get
going to
that
college?
opportunity.
Because I also as well, my daughter's just finished her first year at Oakland University.
Mm-hmm.
And she's having her her little journeys with college and stuff like that. You have one in college now, but just let's dig a little deep into the raising, being the father at home. This is the actual, in common America, the roles are normally different, but you made it a successful outlook on the opposite perspective, even dealing with the circumstances of you having a physical issue and now
Okay, so if we're going that route with it, like,
Mhm.
yeah, I was and have been the stay-at-home dad. getting her ready for school and stuff like that. But to tell you the truth, I'm just a fucking like, I'm a clown as opposed to my wife. Like my wife is the backbone, the one. My wife's a fucking, if we're being real, she's a G about this shit. She is amazing when it comes to raising our daughter and turning our daughter into a great woman and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? She was the one who was on it with the homework, schoolwork, everything, schedules, appointments, all that shit. I mean, you know, I can only take like maybe a fingertip of credit as opposed to my wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Alex knows this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows the way this ship works. You know, it's very true. I mean, I was, you know, I'm the jokey dad. I'm the big dumbass that she laughs at. But you know, my wife is definitely the more cement, you know, rock around here.
You weren't definitely not. I wasn't alluding to like as a single father or nothing like that. But I'm a father of 5 with older kids. Austin's a father of 5 with younger kids and some older. Yeah. And you know, you're a father like us with this different perspective that relates to, you know, a bunch of fathers around here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to be able to just kind of have that, I mean, and I know you would say it is a blessing. I know you wouldn't change anything. You know, obviously maybe, you know, better health for your foot and shit, but I know as far as being there with the wife and your daughter and being able to be there and because we all know as kids are younger, they spell love Time. Yeah. And time is the currency.
Yeah. And that's the one thing, like, so everybody has like their own like societal like idea of what a family is supposed to be, but there just shows different shades of the gray, you know, like to make the understanding more likely, like, you know, we're supposed to be the stern. No, like the way that you father, there's no blueprint to how fatherhood should be. That's the reality of it, you know. It's like just being a good father, being present and spending that emotional time and the value that you add to your child's life. You're the balance. It's a family thing in the whole grand scheme of things with those of us who have partners, you know. There's others out there in the world that have like toxic situations, but don't mind the dog. The dog is cool. Yeah, the dog's just saying what's up. The dog can be a part of the show.
Sorry, guys.
You know, it's all good. It's all good.
What's the dog's name?
Grizz.
Shut up, Grizz.
Grizz, like Grizzly Bear, only it's, you know.
We get it. And Grizz was just, he was saying his part. He was saying his portion. Like, hell yeah, dads rock. You know, however you are, as long as you're an active dad, however you do it, you know, you're silly, you're the, you know, you keep the house light. You know, it's just like how we are at work, you know, in our positions in leadership at our job, you know, if you look at it, like Alex is more the stern one, you know, he's stern with the guys, but he's asshole. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. We're on the same tip, so it doesn't matter. But I'm more the person that you like come to with the common conversation in there, like keep the energy light in there. I'm like you say, the clown. I'm fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm the fun boss. He the more stern boss, but we all have the same equal respect because we put in the work. They say we're just not like people that just sit around. We actually do the work as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like more of that, you know, everybody has their role in playing it correctly and not trying to fall into anybody else's identity is the whole point, you know? So that's cool. Like, I like that. That's just fire.
Is there is there anything now that your daughter's gone and out of the house, is there anything that you miss that's like kind of heart touching as far as like, because I can remember my oldest, she always came to me when she was sick, you know, always wanted me and stuff. Yeah. So is there anything out there that you miss now? You know what I mean? There's certain things we're not going to get back now that we're older and our kids are older. Yeah. It's just past that point now. You know?
Wow. There's so much, man. I can't even like put my finger on like one thing. Like I know when she's going to college, like, the worst thing is I can't just like, open her door and like, look at her and say some stupid shit to her just to, make her laugh and like be annoyed with me and shit like that.
Yeah. I feel that.
There's definitely so many things, but you know what? I do. I want to touch on something because if we're talking about, being dads and stuff like that. Now, Alex knows that he's known me since we were fucking young kids. And I think what he said about how you spell love, a kid spells it Time. Like he knows my dad was like hardly ever in my life. I think maybe Alex might see my dad maybe
Twice.
2 or 3 times in my whole life, something like that. So like, I think my dad gave me the blueprint on what not to fucking do as a father. You know what I'm saying?
They're all pivotal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I always was like at games for my daughter. I was always like at school stuff for my daughter. Like, being like, there. That's like the key thing. I could say that I always was that.
100%.
Yeah, you miss that stuff as they get older.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Doing those things, whatever it is.
And that's what I do notice, like we're having my children are kind of spaced out. I have like one in college, one in high school, one in middle school, 2 in elementary, right? So like all stages of education and just like recognizing more and more like, society puts you in a situation where you more so have to like just basically provide and you live paycheck to paycheck. So what you do is spend a lot of time at work just trying to make enough money to provide, right? And then you like faced with different obstacles. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, some sort of every father has some sort of different obstacles.
Yeah, that you got to face through like each adversity, and try to like how I'm trying to like format my words. I'm high and
no, I get what you're saying. We all have different circumstances along as being with the father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some guys are struggling to find work, some guys have medical issues. Some people are doing it on their own, whether it's a, single mom, single father. But the commonality is all those things that we all have is in raising the kids and the stories that we look back on. We all find that we have this rush. We can't wait till they get older.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
And then boom, they're older and you're like, all I want to do is talk about the times from before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And missing time, like valuable time. And that's where I was going with what I was saying earlier. It's like one thing I'm recognizing is like you notice the time missed with your children, and then like some of the time is like accounted for because you were working, but you recognize that while you were working you still struggled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so not any further.
It was a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
You much rather have had that time with your children and didn't miss that time, but you still stuck with the reality I have to provide, but you barely provided, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the reality that a lot of fathers have to deal with, and still keep pushing. So like, what is it that we're supposed to be doing to change our dynamics in that aspect? Like, what is there things that people that are dealing with that currently, like we deal now, like it's a little bit better, but you're always faced with an obstacle. Manage money more like properly, I would assume. You know what I mean? There's always somebody's resolve, but like what happens when you are managing your money and it's still just not enough? Because everything else continues to increase and it's still just not enough. The objective is go out there and get more money, take more time away.
Yeah.
For those, I guess, who's not like literally skilled or end up like a pretty decent career. But then you have people like myself, convicted felons, So you get what you get, and you bust your ass at those spots, and they give you what they give you. You know, especially if you don't have any skills. I think that's what the problem is with a lot of people in the community, is that they just don't. They lack skill because no one had the time to go gain the skill.
Yeah, go gain it, or
Yeah.
maybe even sometimes you just lose proper role models.
Yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
mentors,
Yeah,
proper mentorship.
yeah.
You know,
And I think that's when you get older too, and we each have kids in college right now.
mm-hmm.
And when you're out there, it is somewhat of a self brag,
Yeah,
that your kid is in college, trying to be successful. So, how much longer does your daughter have to go to school for?
Well, Matt, she's going to Michigan State, and she is on her last year of normal schooling, and then she goes on to go to vet school. She wants to be a vet. So I think I want to say altogether it's a total of 8 or 9 years, if I'm not 9 years, if I'm not badly mistaken.
So, with that being said, as she was growing up, because kids tell you all different types of things. When she was growing up, was that something consistent, or you know what I mean, that she wanted to work with animals, wanted to be a vet?
Well, see, the thing is that since she was born, you know what I'm saying, she's always loved animals, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got pictures of her working on her vet table with her guinea pig and stuff like that. And it's just like, she's always loved animals.
yeah.
Now, I mean, during high school, she took a little bit of a pivot and she threw a little bit of a elbow our way. Like, she wanted to, for some reason, switch and be a surgeon. And, she went to Johns Hopkins for a summer to try to figure out which route of medicine she wanted to take, and then got back and was like, yeah, they want to go back to being a vet. So it was like, your kids will definitely have pivots, and the only thing you can do as parents is to stand behind them whatever move they make, as long as they're safe and making a good path for themselves. That's all you can do, is have their back.
And support every
And
decision that they make. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just guiders. Once they get out the house,
Like,
we're just coaches at that point.
Bill Belichick, try to be the best coach out there.
Hell yeah. You just and realistically, it's their life and their ideals and their identity. Like I'm dealing with my daughter after her first year, she has a full ride, but she's a freshman, and Oakland University, the freshmen, you can't be in the honors dorm until your sophomore year. So her first year she was in dorm. So she did have to pay a little bit of money, her first year. But she's done with her first year. Her logic was that she just doesn't want to be an adult, like, with student debt. I'm like, how are you going to have debt when you're currently paying everything on time? And when you go back to school next year as a sophomore, you'll be in your honor dorm, and that's all paid for. The rest of school is good. You're good. You know what I mean? But then I don't know if she actually just wants to be in school anymore, period. Like, I don't think she thinks that she's wasting her time in school.
Yeah.
I
don't know even how to fix that, because I have one like that too.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I try to tell them over and over again, it's just like playing the game. You got to get at least that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or else you're going to be stuck working at jobs off bus routes, man.
But are they, though? I mean, these kids these days are like clever. Like they got way more access to a lot more different things.
Do you think you would be anywhere different, you guys? Do you think either of you two, if we grew up nowadays with all this social media and all this computer shit, what do you think, Dave? You think you would be, what would you be further?
I would like to say, yeah, there would probably definitely be a difference. I mean, like you guys were saying, look at all the different avenues these kids have to, make a living, per se. I mean, like with the podcasting stuff and, you know, the Logan and Jake Pauls and those dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hot
They've-
to us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
they've made a lane and made money off of like, you know, becoming successful off of, you know, being on shit like this. So it's like, I feel these kids nowadays, they have way more of a fucking advantages than we did. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I mean, granted, what you were talking about, having that piece of paper from going to college, yes, that is great. But also, there are trades, and trades are awesome. I mean, you know, obviously,
Yeah,
electricians and everything else that, you know what I'm
Construction
saying?
field.
Those are great careers. Yeah, those are great careers as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's another excellent route to go to, you know? So, oh,
Yeah, and I think, all honesty, like what her logic, and I kind of understand it. And like I said, I'm not in no position to tell her if she's right or wrong. Like she did what she did. She went through high school, straight A's. You know, she got 1B in the 9th grade and,
So you-
and cried.
do you think then
Huh.
because it's like you're not pushing it because it's the best advice? We didn't grow up in this era. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, so you can only say, well, what I would do
yeah.
in our time would be this.
And I mean, look at it from this perspective, right? As far as like how Dave's daughter, right? She has a love that she's had her whole life,
Yeah.
right? So why the fuck wouldn't she go to school, you know, for 8-9 years to master, get that paper that says like I'm solidified in this,
Yeah.
and she can say whatever if she write her own numbers on the board of how much she wants, right? In the game that she wants to play, because that's the lane that she wants to be in,
Yeah.
right? But what if like Angelia already realized like, okay, this ain't what I want to do when I'm in school, because she's in the medical field as well, but she's like, I don't want to invest this much time in being a nurse practitioner, you know, and like I don't think that this is really the lane I really want to be in.
But like Dave said, you could pivot. Like, that knowledge doesn't go away. That's what they don't understand because they're young.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, when I try to tell the kids, just take anything, everything.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about the money aspect. Worry about that knowledge and wisdom and understanding of whatever you're diving into.
yeah. Because there's way more ways to make money, and I think that's just the whole hamster wheel mentality.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah,
is like,
definitely.
you know, like for those people that don't have a lane, because you've been stuck on just go to school, right? So like I said, like if it's this is based on perspective too. Like I said, like Dave's daughter had a direction. She already is like locked into this is her. This is her energy off the base. So like her going to school with a purpose, that makes more sense. Like if I was going to school and I just chose to go to school because I got good grades in high school because my mom and dad told me to get good grades. I don't like school. You know what I'm saying? School sucks. But like I don't, if that's her mentality, you know what I mean? But my whole thing I can say is just, hey, baby, have a purpose. Like just find, like if you're going to do that on that move, just like know what you want to do. And if you don't know, figure that shit the fuck out, because you do have time. You have a support system here. I have
They
your
don't
back.
have time.
Yeah, you have time. Figure that shit out. It doesn't matter how you want to go about doing it. Just have a plan.
Yeah.
And just know that's what you like want to do and stand on it. You have to be an adult in this moment. Like you're making an adult decision with your life.
Do you think that some people even nowadays, but we went through this? I mean, I know Dave and I, if you don't have a stable home or a dad or something, do you think that then your priorities shift as trying to grow as a man and just get quick money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than thinking long term about maybe an education, because in your mind, life isn't stable,
Correct.
you know, or maybe you felt like you got a raw deal. My dad up and pop, he's gone,
Yeah.
you know,
The crutches. That's crutches. Like as for men, in all actuality, because they can be your reality. That can be your reality. But just like with Dave, this is perfect that you're here, Dave, with this, because like, just like Dave's situation, like with his father, you know what I'm saying? He's had a bad rap, right? In that situation, what did he choose to do with that?
Mhm.
It's like, I learned what not to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
that it's all based off perspective, because he could have been the same motherfucker, you know, or
Yeah.
you learn from it. Yeah, I'm doing the best I can. At least I'm here. Excuse. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not saying your story is by any means done, Dave, but
Mhm.
if you look at that from the beginning to where you're at now,
Mhm.
turning that any
Yeah.
type of negative into a positive, because
Yep.
now you've broken that cycle. You've taken your daughter to a new height.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
You and
Yeah. I mean,
your wife.
yeah,
Sorry, I don't mean to.
definitely,
I
definitely.
didn't want to say names. If we could, I could beep that.
Yeah, we can
We
beat
could beep
that.
that. in.
Yeah.
Right on.
No, but she
Na-
deserves
Names
her
have to be
recognition.
beeped.
Yeah, no, but she deserves to
Um,
she deserved to be bragged about. So that's good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
yeah, so
Dave,
of
'cause
course.
she has,
Yeah.
because she has to have a whole different perspective.
Yeah,
You know, in her world, in her bubble, in her life,
yeah,
is, you know, managing a career and a household too.
yeah. From
know what I mean?
on the woman's side,
From
you know
from
what I'm
her
saying.
perspective.
That's the opposite norm of the American, standard. You know what I'm saying? So like, she's
Yeah.
already like opposing the statistics, and is successfully doing it. Like that's the things that, like, people's like narratives never matter, because the reality of things.
They set such a good example
Yeah.
for their daughter
Yeah.
because of that.
Boom.
You know what I mean? They led by example.
Yeah.
That's another way we when we say they spell, love TIME. It's also like nothing we say matters. It's more comes down to that example.
Yeah.
So when you then have a son or daughter reaches college and on their way towards something, you've already, you know what I mean, somewhat led by example. Even though you might not have went to college or not, whoever you may be, you led by a work ethic or by your words and your actions, combined together. They weren't hypocritical.
Yeah. What you thinking, Dave? Let's hear your thought points on this. We've been just rambling this whole time.
I said no. This is your guy's shit.
Well, yeah, because like we were saying though, like
back
with your
and forth
wife,
between you two.
yeah, your wife though, you seen her firsthand what she had to do and go through and all that, so
Yeah.
that it wasn't easy,
No, it wasn't easy in the beginning. Wasn't easy now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's still a constant, like,
Grind.
for women, moms. You know what I'm saying? It is the hardest job. You know what I'm saying? It's being their personal assistant, being their, publicist, being everything to them. And I mean,
thankless.
they should get, way more kudos. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hell
very,
yeah.
very true. There's nothing I can say about my wife with my daughter. I mean, she does an amazing job. So, like I
Well,
said,
That's good.
I'm just the dick and fart jokes of the fucking crew, and my wife is the motherfucking boss. That's what it is.
All right, so I want to do this and do the final four. I want to at least do my final four with you.
Yeah.
Final four questions I want to ask you real quick.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Your past. Who helped shape you
Okay.
in your past?
How many people do I get to pick from?
Just pick your most. You know the most one. I think I know who that would be for you, but
It would probably be three. It'd be my
Okay,
grandma,
pick
my
three.
mom, and you.
oh well, I
My
appreciate
grandma,
that for
my
sure.
mom,
your mom.
and you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I appreciate that.
That's what's up.
But just to touch on it a little bit, because I knew your grandma. She was great. She was great. I remember her dog Pepper. And
Pepper
your
was-
mom was like a mom to me. But is there one thing that you can think about your mom that helped kind of make you who you are today? One thing she definitely instilled in you.
You know, my mom, Alex, you knew my mom. She had a lot of life issues, you know what I'm saying? And she never fucking stopped. She never quit. You know, this is a little side note. There's that movie Goon about the hockey fighter, right? And there's that line in the movie that Liv Schreiber's given, and he say, you know, he's got that shit that won't make him quit. And they're talking in the locker room, and they're saying, you know, he's got that Doug shit. Well, for my mom, she had that G shit. She would not stop no matter what the fuck it was.
Talk
You know what I'm
about it.
saying? Like, it was insane. And definitely that, and the fact of you can go to my mom with anything, and she would just listen. Just listen. She wouldn't be
Definitely.
boisterous with her opinions, anything. She would just fucking listen. And I think those two things, you know, obviously loving and caring, you know, those were a lot of fucking things that I got from my mom. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fire.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's fire. That's definitely fire.
All right. Now you're present. Where is Dave at now? Is he in a good space? Is he in a happy space?
Yeah. I'm on the #1 podcast in America,
you
first
go.
and fucking
That's
foremost.
what the fuck I'm talking about. Talk that shit. Brr, 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 brr. We need those sound effect things right there.
Make some sound effects.
Yeah, we got to pop some.
Secondly, you know, I've got a beautiful family. You know what I'm saying? You know, things right now are great.
Okay. And then question 3 for your future.
Yeah,
Where does Dave see himself in the next few years? I know
let's say 5.
it's hard to say because I feel a kinship to you in the sense of emptiness in the home. But what do you think the future holds?
Future holds.
Bull.
Hopefully seeing my daughter and wife, you know, blossom more, do more. You know what I'm saying? Like, just them winning type shit.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right, bro. And then my last question, we're copying off. Remember the old show, The Actors Studio, with James Lipton? Remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
Remember Will Ferrell used to do the skit on it and stuff? And you know he was from Detroit?
Who?
James Lipton.
You said 2 fucking people, dickwad. How am I supposed to know that, bro?
No, I'm
Balls deep.
saying, did you know he was from Detroit? The guy that...
I did not know that.
Yeah. So my final question, because he used to always ask this question to people, and I love it, is what do you want your maker to say to you when you die?
Wow. Okay.
Mic drop. Boom.
Kicking the doors on that one. Okay.
Kicking the doors.
First thing, you die, you see him, and he says,
What up, my nigga?
That would be dope as shit,
Dave,
you know?
here's the third.
Okay. So,
Second
Motherfucker.
now we're on a total different fucking thing because now I'm like, well, what the fuck would I actually want God to say when I got to the pearly gates? You know what I'm saying? You know, I think I would hope he would say to me, thank you for always having a good heart, Dave. And the people you loved, you really loved. I think that's about all I can say. Yeah.
That's good.
Flat the fuck out. Make it
Yeah.
simple.
That's
You know what I'm
good,
saying?
bro.
Yeah.
You pull up, he shake your hand. What up, though, Dave? What's good?
Come on in.
Y'all got a whole handshake. You didn't even know you knew it. You just throwing up sets and shit like, damn. What's up, Jesus? Oh, shoot. Jesus, what dog? S.A., what's up, my dog? I didn't even know that. Hey, that was the way. Hey, bro. Hey, man, your sweetie was over there. And say, Jesus was a Mexican the
Yeah.
whole time. He was, he was a Mexican.
We're here. All
You was trying to build a wall essay? I was just oh
hey,
shit.
man, we appreciate you, Dave.
Hell yeah.
Brother.
Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, no problem.
For this, man.
Thank you, and tell the wife thank you for setting everything up because we're all boobs over here.
Yeah, we're all definitely guys. We're old guys too. You know, we're all past the age of 30.
You know, it is what it is. And congratulations, guys. You guys are going to fucking kill this shit.
Hell yeah,
Thank
man.
you,
We
brother.
appreciate you, bro.
I'll hit you up later.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All
All
right,
right,
brother.
brother. I'll talk to you.
Peace.
Peace.
All right. Bye.
Hey, you guys, y'all was here. Y'all seen it first,
Thank you,
man.
people.
Our first time ever busting a doggone interview live with one of our own.
Yeah.
You know, and it was fun, man. It was definitely a fun experience. So I got to thank you guys again for tuning in to the
Please, we
Real
want more
Mascot Podcast.
comment, email us, whatever you do. Like
Yeah.
hit buttons. We want to
Yeah.
interview real people and get your real stories out there.
Absolutely. Definitely check us out. Our Instagram, the Real Mask Off Podcast. It's on Instagram. Check us out. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter, as the Real Austin Baker Sr. and the Real Alex Foot.
I think Alex Foot, the
Yeah,
real.
yeah, the Real Alex Foot. We on there. Type in with us, man. Let's link up. Let's build this community up, man. This is only the beginning. This is only getting
Thank
started.
you so much, everybody. We appreciate
Yes.
you for making us Michigan's #1 podcast. We
Michigan's
love
number-
y'all.
man. We love the fuck out of y'all. And yeah, we very explicit over here. So this some grown up shit. If you got the kids, y'all know what it is. You hear your mom and daddy cuss anyways. You know what time it is. Until the next time, we get back on this thing popping. You feel me?
We love you.
We love you guys. Until the next time. Peace.
You ever feel like you gotta wear a mask just to survive out here?
We're done with that.
Yo, I'm Austin.
I'm Alex, and we're two fathers, two perspectives, one mission, truth.
And on the Real Mask Off Podcast, we talk real about fatherhood, marriage, manhood, and everything they told us to hide.
Hey, we've been through the struggle. We know what it feels like to be misunderstood, and we're still showing up.
With no filters, no fluff, just two men unmasking it all.
New episodes every Sunday. Just tap in and stay real.
You already know what it is.
Peace.
This is the